Yo, what up, world? It's your boy C's from thecesarlife.com. Welcome back to the people's favorite channel on the internet. Yo, listen up, black men, black boys. Donald Trump is primed for your vote. Primed for your vote. Now, what do I mean by that? So, I came across this Twitter post. Shout out to the brother Free, who tweeted this the other day, and I wanted a deep dive on this point because Donald Trump, he's a businessman and he's looking to do business with black men. And in this stage of the game, your wealth depends on this vote. All right. So black men, black boys, your wealth depends on this vote right here. So don't take it lightly. No matter how much mainstream media or the Democrats or your talking head guys tell you that he's not good for the community, none of that. But anyway, let's dive into this tweet and then we'll break it down even further. Okay, once again, shout out to the brother Free. So he states, black men are the most gettable, quotes, demographic for Republicans to expand the tent. Young to middle-aged black men care about gun rights. We want to keep that blicky on us. You know what I'm saying? If you care about your blicky, you care about gun rights. Our ability to create wealth, like we out here trying to get this money and stop working for other communities. We out here trying to get that wealth, our share of that wealth. Our ability to keep our money, talking about taxes, and the safety of our families. Again, what I'm saying? We're looking to build within the community. So what he just said in this paragraph is like the key to building Black Wall Street. You hear about Tulsa, you hear about all of this, that, and the third. But if you really care about building black wealth and building a new Black Wall Street, what this man just said, young to middle-aged black men. So if you're young, middle-aged black man, he's talking to you right now. And if you care about these things, these are the things that, would get our vote from Trump, from a person like Trump. And I'll explain why. So we're going to continue. By the way, when was the last time a politician used the words black wealth? Like, when did you ever, let me know, point it out to me, a politician talking about black wealth. So if you know, let me know. All right. So now he goes into, we're watching Joe Rogan. I'm not really a fan, but I get it. Colion Noir. So Colion Noir, he's a gun rights activist, and he's very knowledgeable about guns. So if you care about your gun rights, I would follow Colion Noir. Joe Buttons. Also, I follow Joe Buttons, and he is the conversation in the culture. Joe Buttons holds the crown when it comes to the conversation. Earn Your Leisure. Earn Your Leisure talks about financial literacy and building business, building enterprise. Dr. Boyce Watkins, Patrick Bet-David, and Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone, real estate. I'm not too familiar with the other two. So pretty diverse, with a consistent theme of making power moves and improving our financial outlook, right? So based on all those people he mentioned that you follow, your interest lines up about making power moves, right? You're looking about entrepreneurship, personal development, personal brand, building a community, building an empire if you're following these individuals. I would also like to throw in Chris Johnson on Twitter. Also like to throw in Anton Daniels on YouTube. Who else? Pocket Watching with JT. I know I'm missing a few, but Fresh and Fit podcast, DJ Academics, Hassan Campbell. I know I'm missing a few, but this is what primarily black men out here who are looking to make power moves are consuming on a day-to-day. That's their news network. If you were to put all their shows in a lineup, which I'm planning on doing, once I get, you know what I mean? Like once I get that vote, like that quid pro quo from Trump, he's gonna give me the funds to put a network together so I can host all of these individuals. Because we care about, well, I'm gonna speak for myself. I want access to capital so I can build enterprise. And basically, literally the Trump blueprint, he had access to cheap capital from his pops and he built a massive empire on that. Like I'm looking to get access to cheap capital, buy assets, and build an empire on that, right? So now he goes into Democrats will never be able to see past the civil rights era. Their candidates will always go to the black churches and talk about the struggle. They'll throw on a southern drawl and pretend we live in a 1950s Mississippi. Let them have their grievance politics. So it's just a woke culture, right? Like they don't care about your interests. It's just keeping them in power. Like they never play that quid pro quo. Donald Trump is a businessman, all right? It's like he understands that language. And if you're looking to do business with a businessman. He understands that, yo, it's a quid pro quo for your vote. What are you going to do for me? And I told you, Trump, I want access to cheap capital. With inflation going crazy, they're trying to suppress everyone. And the people that are suffering the most are African Americans. We are the ones that's suffering the most from inflation. So if we have access, if you separate us, like tax the hell out of everybody else, and give the interest rates, keep the interest rates for everybody else, but then us, we just like inherit a low interest rate so that we can take all of this real estate that you guys have on your hands that basically is going to be worthless, right? The real estate market is crashing, so give us the real estate so that we can get that cash flow, you know what I'm saying, and get access to capital so that we can get multifamily homes, commercial properties, roads, highways, all of that. We need those contracts at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? So right now, Trump is primed for that. Now, there is a caveat with that. There is a Republican favorite, DeSantis. I'm not for DeSantis because of Ken Griffin. And I believe that Trump should get 4 more years, and then DeSantis could see like Trump run the playbook, and then DeSantis could come after Trump and, you know, do that. So DeSantis could sit this 4 years out, right? And let Trump do what he do, put the country back together, give black men the bag, and then DeSantis could come afterwards. And the other reason is Ken Griffin. Ken Griffin wants to be up in that panel, that cabinet, so that he can basically erase the financial mess that he created, right? But we need him outside cleaning this mess, not inside. You know what I mean? He can't get his little janitors and minions to clean up. He needs to be out here cleaning up these next 4 years. And then you can join once DeSantis. But that's like future casting, right? Let's go into the next one. Successful Republican candidates will go to the podcasts, wealth building conferences, and even the barbershops. Brian Kemp to explain why black wealth, health, and safety will increase with a Republican administration. So he's basically saying like, yo, this is the blueprint. Like, if these Republican candidates are serious, they would go on a Joe Rogan, Coley Noir, Joe Buddens, Earn Your Leisure, Grant Cardone, and talk to these young men, talk to these young black men, right? So let me see, there's more to the tweet. And then he goes into Take the inevitable arrows. Now, this is important because what I'm saying right now is very controversial. There are a lot of black men who feel this way and are afraid to speak up. I have nothing to lose. I'm already rich. So, yeah, I can't, I'll take those arrows because you're going to get your queens coming out and you're going to get the Democrats' devils to call you a Uncle Tom, call you what you call it, call you out your name basically. But, yo, there's a lot of mistrust to overcome. Like, Democrats are really great at storytelling. They tell their stories through the media we consume, like your HBO shows, your Hulu, Netflix movies, right? Hollywood. They tell you this story about how the Republicans are racist, racism still exists. Without racism, that's what's keeping you back. What's keeping us back is not knowing. And seeing the other side, I know exactly the games, I know exactly the tricks, but I'll take those arrows if need be. Because at the end of the day, as mentioned above, this is exactly what I'm fighting for. I'm fighting for my gun rights, the right to protect my family, the right to provide for my family, and for generations to come, building black and generational wealth, right? Be humble and admit we have a tough past and won't agree on everything. Think reparations. So, like Republicans, they have your Proud Boys, they have your, different militias within their group, right? And there are different belief systems within it, but that's also within any party, within any Democrats. Crips, Bloods, there's going to be disagreements on how to move forward, move the empire forward, right? So instead of having those conversations that just comes up and stalemates forever, like just agree that we're not going to agree on everything, but the agreement is like, yo, gun rights, access to capital, right? And safety, protecting ourselves, right? Now the terminology they be using, of course they gonna sway you a certain way, but it's the game, man. It's the game. But explain the tangible wealth, health, and safety solutions. Again, I'm saying access to cheap capital, right? That is what I, as a black man, want. I want to build wealth. I want to provide, and I want to be healthy and have my family prosper, right? So this is what he's talking about. When he says, talk about the solutions, not the problems, talk about the solutions. We know we can see the problems. We see the problems everywhere, but we're talking about the solutions, y'all. So that will be flourishing of black families. So talk about how your vote, if we vote Republican and we vote for Donald Trump, how would that flourish black families, right? Like, what are the jobs going to look like? How much of the gap are we going to close to our other male counterparts? Even if that only gets you an additional 5% of the black vote, it's enough to devastate the Democratic Party. Now, this tweet, man, I saw it as soon as it came out. I was like, yo, I got to definitely deep dive because there's a lot of young men out there misguided, undecided, and getting pimped out, just looking for their internet daddy. But the internet ain't gonna provide you a daddy, man. It ain't gonna provide you with, it's gonna give you what you're looking for. But if you're looking in the wrong places, we're just here to redirect, right? So again, man, this was a great tweet, and it basically tells the blueprint for the Republican Party. Black men want Donald Trump. DeSantis could sit his ass somewhere for 4 years. You know what I mean? Hold that, sort of like the quarterback position. We know, we're going to talk about Brett Favre, but we remember that Brett Favre, and what's the backup quarterback's name? for the. It's gonna come to me, but he had to sit behind Brett Favre for years, 4 or 5 years before he got his start. So DeSantis, just sit down for 4 years. You're young, you know what I mean? Like learn from Trump, you know what I mean? Let Trump clean the economy up, clean up everything, and then you get another blueprint on how it's done, all right? And then we can move forward. But black men, we want the bag, and this go around is who's going to give it to us. Not saying that the Democratic Party cannot redeem themselves, but they're slipping. They're slipping, and it's open season. So whoever gives us the bag first, we do business with them. We do business with them. Whoever. What else, man? What else I had today? I wrote so much in my journal, man. When I just be in my meditation mode, like as soon as I come out of it, I just have like a stream of consciousness, and I'm like, all right, let me get on the ones and twos, and get to going. Anyway, let me know what you guys think, man. If you're a black man, are you considering voting Trump? Are you considering staying with the current administration? Are you undecided? Are you misguided and undecided? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Drink water, get money, mind your business. We out.